help, I keep getting random texts by an ungodly amount of numbers about Joe Biden and some sort of debate. I have no clue what they're talking about. Hello there. Hi. Yes, this time we have the model. Also, as you can see, I have the eye facial mocap thing. We've already talked about this before. If you were there for the attempt at a Baldur's Gate stream, you were there, you know what was going on. Anyways, I had someone slightly violently actually on Discord request that I make another one of those self-help videos, and I'm not even this is not being me being overreacting, over-exaggerating everything like Mac did the very first time he did the reacting to anti-gay videos. I'm not even kidding. You will likely see a screenshot right now. Okay, I'm assuming it was there already for editing me. Hello, how are you? I love you. Anyways, so yeah. Oh yeah, I can do slight hand tracking. Anyways, so yeah, at first I was very confused on what they meant about self-help video. It was the video where I was talking about the thing about that boots stop working video. It was that video I did. Apparently that was a self-help video to them. At first I thought they meant me eating crystals because they asked me to make a review for them on crystals that I Uber Eats'd once. Anyways, so, here is that self-help video. This is less so about, actually, no, it kind of is, actually. So, basically, this one's a fun one. So, this is for my suicidal people. Hi, me too, I felt that. Anyways, so, a lot of people, if you see my hand go up, this is me holding on to my microphone. A lot of suicidal people today tend to think the world would be better off without me. Everyone would be happier with me dead. So to those I say, if you are not going to continue living for yourself and for people who love you, then continue living to solely spite the people who want you dead. Do that. That's why I'm still going. When I say I am still running and still alive because of ADHD and spite, I am not joking. I'm not kidding you. At this point, I know, the world may be better off without me. Many people may be happier if I killed myself. That's why I don't do that, because I don't want them to be happy. If you're one of those people who get bullied and you think, well, the world would be far better off without me, no, don't do that. No, don't think that. Actually, no, do think that. The world would be better off without you, therefore keep going. Why make the world better? Make it worse. Make it worse. Destroy it. Destroy the world. If the world is going to be worse with you here, make it 10 times worse. Cause absolute destruction. And then go out with a bang. So, yeah. So, don't keep living for yourself or for those who love you. Keep living to spite those who hate you, because that is the true satisfaction of life, at least for me. I get very satisfied when the people I hate get pissed off, trust me. I do not want, if you're being bullied and you think they would be happier with you dead, why would you do that? A long time ago I would have understood. But now, if they hate you, why do you want to make them happy? If they don't care about your happiness, why care about theirs? They want you dead, fuck them, don't die, that makes them happy. Why do you want to make them happy? No one wants to make them happy. No one wants to make bullies happy. If they don't care about your happiness and well-being, why care about their happiness and well-being? So yeah, if you don't live for those who actually love you, then live to spite those who hate you. and run off of that spite and milk it for all it's worth. I heavily actually agree with this statement. Please do that. Do it. You will find so much joy in life. Trust me when I say that. I'm not kidding. If you truly believe there's no one in the world that loves you, and that everyone wants you to die, keep living because they want you to die. Keep living because it'll piss them off. Like, just do that instead. When you start not caring about what people think and if it makes them happy, you become far happier yourself. Honestly, to be quite fair, Nicole in Class of 09 had a very fair point. She had a very good point. Why care about other people's feelings if it's just going to harm you? Why care about other people's happiness if their happiness is seeing you fail? Why care about their happiness if they just want to harm you? If they don't care about your happiness, don't care about theirs. It really makes life so much easier when you think about it that way. Like, for especially like my whammons, my women, my AFABs out there, you're often told to be nice, but don't do it to the point that they think you want to date them. Be nice, but don't be flirtatious. Except the fact that every dude apparently for some reason thinks being nice equals flirting with you, and then they think you led them on. So, but then you're the reason, you're the problem when they think you led them on because you were being nice. But if you're not nice, you're an asshole and you're a bitch. If you're a leader and you tell people what to do and like know what should be done, you're bossy. But if you're a dude and doing that, oh, you're a leader, you're a natural born leader. Literally just take the entire statement from Barbie, from the Barbie movie, and apply it to this, but we twist it some. We start to say, forget the standards, forget the double standards, forget what society wants us to do. We are going to break that into a million pieces. Just don't care. It's easier said than done, trust me, I know. But when you stop caring, everything becomes far easier in life. And I'm 19 and saying this. That's saying something. I've got it figured out. And it's surprising to me that many people far older than me have not figured it out. Like with periods, for example, we're all so self-conscious about it for some reason. We try and hide our pad as we go to the bathroom. I stopped doing that. My senior year of high school, I completely stopped hiding my pad. I would carry it in front of everyone on the way to the bathroom. I wouldn't care. I stopped caring. Because it's a natural thing. Why should I feel embarrassed for something my body is doing that I don't even want it to do? I don't even want it to do that. Like, I don't enjoy it. So, like, if people, especially guys, get uncomfortable from seeing a pad, that sounds like a them issue. That sounds like a skill issue on their part, not mine. For example, when I was going to the bathroom to change my pad, I wanted to go to the very far side of the school because it'd be far quieter. There wouldn't be a line. Because I was in class and others were at lunch. It was I had one class and there was lunch period during that. Because I had B lunch, yeah. Yeah, I think because I had B lunch. Yeah, I always had B lunch. So, yeah. Well, the bathroom is always incredibly crowded with a very long line during lunch, obviously. So I wanted to skip that because, as you know, periods wait for no one, not even themselves. So I tried to go to the West Wing, which is closed during lunch. A male security guard tried to stop me and tell me, well, because I told him I had to go to the bathroom, well, why can't you wait in line? And I held out the pad was very clearly in my hand, and I went, because periods don't wait. And quite frankly, I do not want to start potentially leaking. He immediately dropped it and went, never mind, go. It was really funny, because he was a grown-ass man. He had to be in his, 30s, and he immediately backed down and got embarrassed. Why? Ask yourself why, realize how stupid the standards are, and slowly but surely just don't care. Simply not hiding your pad while going to the bathroom is a huge step in the right direction. We should stop caring about what others think. Both men and women alike, both men, women, and anything in between alike should stop caring. That just makes everything easier. For the men, stop caring about people who care about something as superficial as height. Stop complaining about the women who are so worried about whether or not you're 6 foot or not. If they're so worried about that and complaining about that, then clearly they're not for you. Why focus on their opinions, especially of things you cannot control? Don't focus on them, look for someone else. Stop complaining about the women who want a 6 foot guy, and focus on finding the women who want a short king or someone their height, or maybe just a little bit taller. Like, honestly, the amount of guys I see complaining, and I sit here thinking, you have to be actively looking for those people to complain. Like, majority of the girls I meet, and both people who are non-binary, just anyone who would be considered of that, like, stereotype, so literally anyone born female, most of them don't care. Of course, some are going to care about this. Some people want a tall man, especially the taller women, especially women who are far taller. I wouldn't blame them. If I was tall, I'd want a taller guy that's about my height too. But then some want the short kings. Why care about people who worry about your height? If someone is so obsessed with height for their preferences and you don't meet that, why care? Look the other way and look for someone else. It truly is not that hard. Sure, it seems like in the moment, because, oh, I'll never find anyone. You will. You just have to have the right attitude. It's the attitude 9 times out of 10 that matters. Heck, I like tall guys. I like tall anyone, honestly. But I'm also 5'1", almost 5'2", so that honestly isn't hard for me to find someone tall. But also, I'm not against having someone my height. I'm not against having someone shorter than me. I'm not against having someone who's considered average. Because to me, it's their attitude about it. And for the women who always talk about, oh, these guys aren't 6 foot, why does it matter? To those specific women who do complain, why does it matter? Why? Or here's a better one. Why get upset about the men who body shame, who say, oh, I don't, my monitor turned off for a second, sorry. Anyways, why care about the men who are so worried about your weight? Why care about the men who say that, oh, they don't want to date someone who's overweight, who's on the heavier side, and you're on the heavier side? Why care? They're clearly not the one for you. Look somewhere else. It seems hard at first, but when you truly think about it, the people you want that don't want you, you can find others. You could find better. So if you're complaining, if you're talking about, oh, these men are body shaming me and saying they don't want to date me, why do you want to date them in the first place then if they act like that? I know it seems very narcissistic at first. I can seem mildly narcissistic. But it's also just because I've come to realize that it doesn't matter. We exist in the same world, and we will all eventually die. So why fully care? The amount of confidence I have is mostly just false confidence anyways. So it really makes you wonder, why care about all these superficial things when you die in the end anyways? And for my non-binaries out there, we just chillin', we vibin', we're better than everyone, obviously. Because we are quite literally capable of taking an Uno reverse card, literally. But either way, to my trans people out there especially, even when it's not safe, you can try and make it safe. And if it truly isn't, and you, like, if you're a minor, you risk getting kicked out, then I understand caring about what other people think, especially when your life quite literally depends on it. But if you are in an area that is more accepting, and it's more, like, it's more, God, what is the word? It's more common, there we go. It's more common to see acceptance of us, especially if there's, like, a GSA in a school or something, and pride parades in your area. Why care about the transphobes that are there? Because if there are pride parades, then they likely make up the minority of the area. What the fuck? I heard like a boop, 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 and I don't know what it was. Y'all already doing fireworks? It's not even July. It's not even July yet. Give it a rest. Holy crap. Anyways. So, just, for, honestly, just the LGBT. Why care about acceptance? I used to be in the boat of, well, we need these people acceptance in order to exist. They're the ones who decide whether or not we are allowed to live. But also, the first Pride was a riot. So eventually, as all good things come to, we will have to get violent anyways. Very, very morbid, I know, for something that's supposed to be self-help. This is quite morbid, isn't it? But think about it. And I know everyone complains, oh my god, you're comparing racism to homophobia and transphobia. Listen to me for a moment, because I have a point. How did slavery end? The Civil War. How did people of color, especially black people, gain rights, slowly but surely? The Civil War. Which was, what was it? Violent. What happened to especially black people afterwards? Violence. How did they fight back? They eventually fought back with violence. And where'd that get them? That got them pretty far. I mean, they have rights now, don't they? Sure, they still have systemic racism. They are still very much affected by systemic racism up to today. That was pretty much the point in police back in the day, was specifically to go after slaves. And we still technically deal with that now, because there is very much a clear favorite when it comes to the system. Black people especially tend to suffer because of this. But they're still farther with privilege and rights than they were back then. How? Violence. I used to be in the boat of violence isn't the answer. Be peaceful, especially when it came to Detroit Become Human, because obviously Detroit Become Human, peace and words worked. But in the real world, that usually isn't the case. How did America get free from England's rule, basically? How did they get free of it? American Revolution. For those of you who aren't American, I don't expect you to understand half of this, but small little history, American history for you. So yeah. I swear there was some sort of violent thing related for Native Americans as well, but I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on it. I wasn't in AP history. I was in regular history, dude. So if they taught about that, I didn't know about it. Alright. But, point made, how did most people manage to get right so far? Or at least better than what it was? Violence. That is unfortunately the case. I wish things could be always solved with peace, but that is not the case. Hell, right now, how the hell are we going to end up dealing with the Palestine versus Israel stuff? How are Palestinians going to be free? It's going to end up with violence, as it already is. It already is violent. And the only way for it to be fixed is with more violence. That's just how the world works. Humans run on violence for whatever reason. I think the one... Actually, how did women even get rights in the first place? I'm not too sure. But they definitely started some sort of protest. I think they might be the outlier. But still. Point being, going back to what I was originally saying, it really helps when you stop caring. It really helps when you start focusing on yourself rather than what other people want. And this is coming from someone who is very much technically a people pleaser. I would give people everything. I always wanted to be nice and share with them. Hell, back in 6th grade, I would lend people money because they claimed they didn't have any and they needed a lunch or something. Even though they were likely using me just to get money for like a cookie or something. I was still nice, and I couldn't bring myself to say no. I didn't know how to say no. I didn't want to hurt their feelings. And now, at this point, I don't think I can care. I don't think I can. I have such low self-esteem, yet I know what I'm worth. Yet I know what I do deserve and what I don't deserve. And what I know I don't deserve is those Andrew Tate stannies. I will not be tolerating those in even a mile radius of me. I do not want them anywhere near me. Get them away from me. I will kill them if I must. And that goes for you guys too. Like, for especially the women who may or may not be dealing with men like that. If you are stuck in a relationship with someone who stands Andrew Tate and listens to his stuff, leave. Run right now. You are worth so much more than that. Get out of there right now. You are going to die. Either that or he'll cheat on you. One of the two. Or both. He might do both. You never know. Either way, a lot of men will complain about how, oh, these single moms who are hoes and stuff are too overly confident, they're narcissistic and stuff, and they're used up, blah blah blah. Why do you even care? Why? I mean, they're not what Yes.
I'm going to bed.
Okay, nighty-night.
Was the soup not good this time?
I haven't eaten it yet. It was really hot when I got it, so.
Good night, babe.
Night-night. My nanny was telling me goodnight. Anyways, wait, what was I saying? Hold on, give me a second. Oh yeah. Why do you care? Like, they're not the people you're after anyways. Like, the single moms who were allegedly in their hoe era at some point are not the ones you were clearly interested in anyway, so why care? Like, why? If they're not the people you're interested in, then shut the fuck up. I mean, you will feel so much more joy by simply not thinking about that. Why focus on them if they're not the people that you are wanting to go after? And don't pull the, oh, well, because that's all there is anymore. Okay. Well, that kind of, oh no, the monitor turned off for a second. Well, that sounds like a you problem, or a people like you problem, because, who's causing the single moms in the first place? And don't say the single moms themselves. It takes two to tango, right? Okay, so then, who is the one usually leaving in the first place? And don't say, oh, the mom's trying to take the kid and leave for child support. Most people know, most women know how hard it is to be a single mom. 9 times out of 10, the single moms are single because the guy got up and left and just said, nah, I'm out. Most single moms are single because of deadbeat dads, not because they tried to take the kid and get child support. Because I think, and this may just be a hunch here as someone who grew up with a single mom, a single divorced mom, most moms, most women are going to want to be in a relationship with someone who can help take care of them and the kid, rather than run and just get a little bit of child support. My mom didn't get much child support. Do you see today's economy? Child support ain't gonna let them do crap, okay? I don't know why you thought that. I always wonder, as someone whose mom got child support, how? I don't even think my mom got child support for my big sister, who has a different dad. She's my half-sister. I don't think she ever got child support from my sister. So, with that being said, you're wrong. I know it's hard to hear, but you're wrong. So yeah. For those of you who are suicidal and think everyone hates you and that the world will be better off without you, maybe it is. So why leave? If the world is better off without you, then why leave? Why not make it worse? The world's already going downhill. Just destroy it more in the process. If you're gonna go out with one hell of a bang. And by that I mean absolutely make sure the world is suffering before you leave, okay? If you're not gonna keep living for those who actually love you, then do it just to make the world worse. At least to give it that one little push it needs, because the world's already in absolute hell as it is, okay? Just make it worse for them. Alright, just do that. That sounds like a better idea. At this point, I am continuing to live solely because the people I know hate me would be much happier if I was gone. Therefore, I don't want them happy. Why would I want the people I hate happy? I stalk them, and I want them to suffer for all of eternity. So if that's the case, then why would I want to make them happy via killing myself? Like, for a long time, I used to understand being suicidal, wanting to end it all. And I still technically do, because not only would it technically make the world a better place without you, but it ends the suffering you're going through. But also, if you're suffering, make the world suffer with you. Why not just do that instead? If the world's going to make you suffer, then make the world suffer back. Make the world just a little bit of a more hellish place with you in it. Cause chaos. Do every possible thing you can to piss people off on the internet or something. And if someone tells you to kill yourself on the internet, either tell them that you're going to take them with you, or no, I think I'll keep living solely because you told me to do it. I'm one of those people who will do the exact opposite of what you tell me to sometimes. With that being said, if you tell me to kill myself, I will proceed to do the exact opposite of what you told me to do. Solely to spite you. I know there are going to be some people who try to pull the keep living, and to that I say, I can see through you. I know what you're doing. So yeah, the next time you have someone tell you to kill yourself, just tell them you're not going to solely because they told you to do it. That's what you should do. Because if anything, I feel that might piss them off more. Because that didn't affect you. And if it does truly actually affect you and upset you, don't show it. They want you to. They want you to show that it upset you. Don't do that. Don't give them that satisfaction. I know you think the world will be better off. So don't give people that satisfaction. Genuinely, why give them that happiness if they don't care about your happiness? Like, honestly, why? For those of you who are also struggling with depression and suicidal thoughts, much like I do, tell me, why? Tell me the reason. Because if you think the world is a better place without you, and that the people who hate you would be far happier with you dead, why do you want to? Why do you want to make them happy? If they don't want to make you happy, why make them happy? Like, genuinely actually answer me. Tell me the answer in the comments somewhere, somehow. Tell me why. Because I have gone through so much torture from bullies that I stopped caring. Hell, when my bullies would verbally sexually harass me on the bus, I just did it back. I just started sexually harassing them back. I know that's bad, like, oh, no, don't do, you're just as bad as them. Don't sexually harass people, obviously that's bad. But they did it first. Hear me out now, they did it first to me, okay? They were the ones asking if I had a dick or a vagina or boobs, okay? So obviously, I'm going to take that and give it back to them 10 times. I mean, for example, one of them looked to my ex-friend who had a tail that was like chained to like the belt loop and said, oh, is that a tail? Can I shove it up my ass? My response was, you're into anal? I can peg you. Worth it though, worth it. It made him so uncomfortable. He backed up. He backed off for a good while. That made him uncomfortable. And honestly, that's all I live to do anymore, is make people who piss me off uncomfortable. That is what you should strive to be like me. I know normally I would be like, don't be like me, kids. No, strive to be like me in the sense. Strive to be like me. Fight back bullies with their own tactics. Use it against them. That is what you should be doing. And even if it does truly affect you, don't let them see that. Because that makes them happy. That's what they want to see. They are sadistic freaks. Therefore, what you want to do is piss them off and fight back with their own words. Make them as uncomfortable as you logically can. Make sure that your existence tortures them until the end of their life, especially if it's in school. Make sure that your existence in school tortures your bullies for all of eternity until they finally graduate. And even then, make sure you leave such an impact that the simple thought of your name pisses them off, because that you have never heard of true satisfaction until that happens, because it's just so amazing. I remember one time at one point they asked that question of, oh, do you have a pussy, do you have boobs, dick, what do you have? I mean, you can find out if you like. I mean, I could show you. They backed off pretty quickly. They got uncomfortable. And if you have social anxiety and can't bring yourself to do that, then having a tall friend like my previous boyfriend, I don't say ex because ex has bad connotation. We ended on good terms and we still love each other. We said that if we ever ended up being able to be nearby each other again, we'd end up getting back together if neither of us were dating someone. So we only stopped dating because we weren't comfortable with long distance. So yeah, so that's why I don't say ex. Anyways, my previous boyfriend was 6'2". Having someone of that height is very useful because they can stand up and those fuckers will back off immediately. He stood up at one point because they wouldn't shut up, and the guy who was messing with us jolted. He dipped and went to the back of the bus immediately. Because, I mean, to be quite fair, he was, like, dwarfed compared to this kid, so, I mean, to be quite fair, I'd probably run too. But also, my previous boyfriend didn't scare me because I knew he was just simply a gentle giant. He could definitely hurt you if he wanted to, but he wasn't gonna. Unless you pissed him off. I watched him practically, I saw him, like, the aftermath of him practically dislocating his knuckles when he punched a tree, so, I mean, he could definitely hurt you. But was he going to? Likely not unless you hurt him or someone he loved first, so. Otherwise, he was very much a gentle giant, literally. I'm not even kidding when I say that. So yeah, do what I do. Bully the bullies back. And I know bullying bad, sexual harassment bad, yes, I agree. Except when they do it to you first. I am all for, like, advocacy for victims, like, being against sexual harassment, rape, all of that good stuff. Obviously, yes, that's bad. Don't do that. Don't bully. I'm very much for anti-bullying. Except when people do it to you first. If someone's bullying you first, bully them back. Okay? Give them their own medicine, because that seems to be the only way they learn. And even then, they don't seem to learn. If someone's verbally, sexually harassing you, do it back, because that seems to be the only way they learn. It at least makes them uncomfortable, because now they're being asked sexual questions and being given sexual statements against their will and things they don't want to hear. AKA the things they were doing to you. They love doing it, but don't love how it feels when it's done back to them. That is what you want. I know a lot of people will be against this, be like, no, that's bad. Okay, and being bullied in the first place is bad. Okay, who cares at this point? If they're doing it to you, do it back. Obviously, if they're doing it to you, that means they consented. Honestly, in my opinion. If they're saying sexual things to you, obviously that means they consented. In mutual consent, right? So, with them saying that to you, with all logic, that means they consented to being told sexual things back. Right? Right? Like, we're on the same page. Yes, okay, good. Glad we could agree. Anyways, yeah, I don't know how to end this other than, do not live for your own self, for yourself or those who love you. Live to piss off the people who want you dead. Do that instead. Don't live to do the things that make you happy. Don't gain happiness from things you enjoy doing. Let me do that. But also, gain happiness from spiting the people you hate and the people that hate you. That's the statement of the day. Anyways, thank you for watching this far. If you have, I would be genuinely surprised if you did. Yeah. I don't know how to end it, so just like, adios, bitch. Johnny, Centurion out.